What is up, guys? Brittany and Michaela here, back with another episode of We Got Something to Say, episode 12. And we just want to start off by saying Happy New Year to you all. And it definitely has been a while.
Yes.
And we're not going to go into that. It's just been a lot. We've had a lot going on, sickness, and all the above, just a bunch of stuff. So we're going to move past that and, move forward. And we just want to say, this is the start of the new year. And we are going to be actually starting a new season very soon. We just wanted to end this one off right. But yes, guys, welcome back to our podcast. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Yes, we're so happy to be back. Like she said, a lot of things and setbacks. But we're moving forward.
Yes.
This is a new year that God has given us, and we're going to do the best we can do and just make good memories and good episodes and, just push forward. So I'm excited for what we have coming.
Absolutely. So today we are going to be talking about what happened in Mexico. So our last episode was on procrastination part 2, and now we're going to be going into, we went on vacation in November, and we want to share the story with you guys.
Story time. This is a story time.
It
was crazy. It was kind of like life changing. It was a great vacation, but it was a lot of different I'm going to say like wake up calls, just like wake up calls, you know, things that'll have you like focus more on life and that'll have you paying attention.
Yeah. So let's start from the very beginning.
Okay.
Let's tell them what happened. You want to start off or you want me to?
Where are we starting? Just like
very beginning of the vacation, day 1.
Well, we pretty much got ready, got all of our things ready to go to the airport.
Super excited.
That time was fine. It wasn't anything crazy, but we got to the airport. I want to say, I don't know if it was the weather. I don't know. I don't think it was the weather. The first night, we had like an 8 p.m. flight, and we got there, and then, already delayed. So we were like, it's okay. We gave ourselves enough time to travel. We gave ourselves a whole day to travel, actually, before we actually arrived and checked in. So, okay, so it was delayed, and then they were like, well, we could put you in a hotel and give you some vouchers. So they ended up doing, I think it was an 8 o'clock flight, but it got delayed to like maybe 10:30, 11.
Yeah, it actually I think it got delayed like twice.
Yeah.
Before they said, okay, we're going to give you guys a food voucher. And also when you get to your layover, we're going to put you guys in a free hotel.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So that was that. And like I said, that's normal. That's not like super bad.
Yeah.
It wasn't weather. It was just maintenance or something. So my thing is this, like, if you need to cancel because you want to make sure we get there safely, you want to make sure your planes are working, that's fine. Do what you got to do. Right. Yeah. I can't be but so upset. So we went to Charlotte?
Yes, we were in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Yeah, we flew to Charlotte and we stayed in a hotel and it was very chill.
Hotel was nice-ish.
Yeah, what happened? Because I know you were saying that
the hallways smelled like dirty mop water. The elevators were old, but other than that, everything was good. But the carpet. So that's one of the most important things for me when I'm staying at a hotel. If your carpet smells like mildew or smells like dirty mop water, it makes me think that the entire place is dirty. And it probably was. I wish we had a black light.
It's crazy because when you looked at it and when they told us where we were going, because we looked at it before we went, it didn't look bad. It looked like a nice place, not like 5-star, but it looked good enough to stay for one night. And that's another thing. I was like, it's free. I'm not about to complain.
Exactly.
But that was, again, that wasn't like the worst of everything.
Yeah, no.
So we stayed there. We got up, had breakfast, and then we proceeded to go back to Charlotte Airport. And then when we got there, I do think it was it a delay? Or they kept changing our gate or something because I remember walking.
Yeah, they changed our gate probably like twice again. Like, I don't know what was going on, guys.
It was just the
weather wasn't even bad. It was just like, okay, are we really supposed to go to Mexico? Yeah, because at this point,
it's a lot of stuff happening. Yeah. And I'm a firm believer in pay attention to those things and not be so caught up in what you want to do. because you just don't know. Like,
Absolutely.
pay attention to the signs. So, yeah, we kept switching, and then we're like, oh, the people that, because, you know, like, there's different flight attendants and pilots that work, and I don't think they were, like, maybe they didn't have staff. I don't know. But they kept switching the gate. So the last final gate.
Yeah. Everything was good.
Everything was good. The last gate that we had.
Yeah.
It was a little, I think that one was a little delayed, but not by a lot. But we all checked in and we got on our plane.
Wait, actually, let me tell this part.
Yeah.
Since I was closer.
Oh, yeah. She was closer. She had the better view. So, not that it was good, but.
So, we get on our flight. We're all in our seats. Maybe 5 people need to board. And then we're going to take off. So, we see this middle-aged woman, maybe in her 40s or 50s, coming down the aisle. And she has an older lady under her armpit, like borderline dragging her to her seat. The lady is elderly, looks like she's in her 70s or 80s, and she's not doing well. Like, literally, the lady is like dragging her to the seat, like she has her under her armpit, and she's like, come on, only a couple more steps, we're almost at our seat. And so the lady passes all of us. She passes my chair. She puts her hand, you know, for some support on the chair in front of me. And, you know, we lock eyes, and I'm just like, man, feeling really bad for this older woman, because you can see she's in pain. She's having a hard time. And then y'all are some of the last people, probably within the last 5 on the plane. So all eyes are on y'all. And so she passes us, gets to the seat. We're getting ready for takeoff. The flight attendants, they begin to do the little demonstration with the seat belts and the little yellow things that fall down when you need to get oxygen, the oxygen mask. So they're doing the demonstration, and then all we hear is medical emergency. And they're like, she needs help. And we turn around, and we can't see who it is exactly. My mom and Michaela, so it's 4 of us on the trip. My mom and Michaela are probably about maybe 6 or 7 rows in front of me.
Yeah.
I'm sitting by myself with a random couple that I don't know. So I'm close to the lady. The lady that the medical emergency is happening to is probably about 4 rows behind me. So I turn around and I see them pulling this old lady out of her seat and dragging her onto the ground to begin CPR. The same exact lady that was having a hard time getting to her seat, that the lady was, you know, assisting her. The same exact lady, they began to do CPR and try to resuscitate her. This lady goes into cardiac arrest. Her heart stops. They're doing CPR. And they call for the ambulance because they're not able to resuscitate her. And everybody's crying. I look at Michaela and my mom. I say, y'all better pray.
Yeah.
We start praying. They're doing CPR. About 30 minutes pass by. Still doing CPR. They're not able to get her back. The medical emergency team, they arrive. Then somebody, a bigger older white man takes over. And actually, I want to make notice of this. They said, is there a doctor on board? We had a doctor on board, so he knew what to do. He was helping them do the CPR, and he was the one that, you know, dragged her out into the aisle so that they can get a better chance at helping her, because she was sitting up in the chair. And I think she just slumped over and wasn't waking up. So then they pulled her out into the aisle, put her on the floor, and he began to do CPR with the flight attendants. So then the medical rescue team, they come, and a bigger guy, he starts to do CPR. He opens her blouse, pulls her out into the exit row, pulls her out into the exit row. And at this time, I can see everything. Her mask is no longer on her face. Her lips are purple and her eyes are rolled back. And I'm just like, oh my God.
That's so much trauma. It's already. And we haven't even.
Yes. Such a graphic sight to see. Like, I still remember it. Like, he pulls her out into the aisle, and I mean, he just goes to work, sweating, pumping her chest. You can literally see it moving. I'm like, oh my God, I know he has cracked her ribs by now. Her lips are purple and he's just going, trying to save her. Everybody's freaking out. They're like, oh my God, let us get off the plane. Everybody's freaking out. And so they're still doing CPR, and the pilot comes out and he says, get your stuff and get off the plane. And then he says, no, leave your stuff and then get off the plane, because we're still going to use the same plane. They just got to try and bring this lady back to life. So we all exit. They're still trying to resuscitate her, bring her back. They do the little pad things. And they shock her. They're in between. They're doing the CPR, and they're trying to do everything to bring this lady back. We exit off the plane. About an hour goes by, and they're still in there doing what they need to do. An hour, y'all. And so at this time, we're like, okay.
Yeah, we knew we wasn't getting to Mexico at the time.
We knew we were going to be late, and
yeah,
we knew this lady wasn't alive anymore.
Yeah, it just took way too long.
Yeah, and so an hour goes by, and one of the ticket guys at the gate, I don't know what they're called. What are they called?
The
ones that
they work
scan
for
your ticket.
They work for the airlines.
Okay,
They're just airline worker.
Yeah, so they come by, and everyone who has kids, they tell them they're going to bring the lady out. Can you please cover your kid's face so that they don't have to see it? And so they come out. The big guy on the medical team is still on top of the lady.
It's like 5 or 6
yeah,
of them.
and he's still on top of the lady doing one-handed CPR. But at this time, he's doing chest compressions. At this time, we're like, she's not alive.
There's no
They
way.
cover her face and they cover her entire body except for her chest with white sheets, and his hand is just in there still doing
pumping.
Pumping her heart. And we can't see her face or anything. She's completely covered. And they go by and they escort her and her family out.
But wait, when they got to a certain point, like they had, wheeled her out and they were doing that. But when they stopped like a little bit, it wasn't even far from the door. But when they had stopped pumping and everybody had stood there, you could hear a flatline.
Yeah.
Like,
it was like, doo. Yeah.
Yeah. And I
that.
was like, oh no.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So then they just kept pumping, and then they pretty much wheeled her all the way out wherever they took her.
Yeah. So pretty much we think that they continued to do that.
For us.
Yeah, for us, because it was hundreds of us just, looking, watching, hoping, praying. And I think they just did that so that we would have some kind of hope. But in our heart of hearts, we knew that she was gone.
You could feel it. You could just feel it.
It was very heavy.
And very vexing.
And I'm like, this is not what I want for the start of our vacation.
Exactly. And I was just
traumatic.
Like, wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So we prayed, we kind of shook it off of us, and we were just like, this is still going to be a great trip. This is still going to be a great trip. We're going to have a good time, and we will not let this hinder us in any type of way. God be with this lady and her family in the name of Jesus. And we left it at that. And so we meet up with my mom's best friend in Mexico. She flew on a different flight than us. And we proceed to have a great time. I mean, it was so magical.
Fun. Oh my God.
It was so fun.
You wouldn't think with that happening in the beginning that it would be as fun as it was. It was truly an experience. It was just a culture shock for me. Like I've traveled, and I've also traveled outside the U.S., but it's never been like this.
Yeah.
So to be able to see the culture and to see people that are just different from you, or even living in a country where they may not have everything that you have. Like you really do learn to appreciate, or you should learn to appreciate what you have. But it was just very, I don't know, the vibe was great. It was gives you a very luxury feel. We stayed somewhere very nice.
Tell them where we stayed.
It's called Atelier Playa Mujeres. It was really nice. I don't know. I just can't explain it. It's like one of those things that you just had to be there.
So Atelier, I actually was scrolling on Instagram, and one of the financial guys that I watch, Anthony O'Neill, he actually went to the resort, and he posted a picture there and tagged them. And I was like, I have to go there. And then some other celebrities that I follow, they follow Atelier's page. So I was like, okay, so if celebrities are following this page, I know for a fact that it's good. So I booked the resort, super expensive, but it was worth it.
Yeah.
You know, I had just sold my house, so, you know, I had a little extra to spend. You know what I'm saying?
She's crazy.
But
and it was like my birthday gift.
Yeah, we went
for Christmas there.
And the resort was all inclusive, every meal covered. They had 8 different restaurants that we were able to eat at whenever we wanted. We just had to book a reservation. We were eating at 4 different restaurants every day.
It was crazy.
You just had to book a time slot.
The breakfast was
everything
amazing.
was all included. So even when you were at like this 5-star, seemed like 4 or 5-star restaurant,
you can get
your food and then you leave. You don't have to pay. You can tip your servers.
Yeah, and we did. We made sure we tipped. Because like I said, when you go to a different country like that, though it is presented as luxury or it costs a lot, they're not getting paid
exactly
good.
Yeah,
I mean, they're getting paid good for what they probably, I don't know,
are used to
what they need,
but not for our American,
like
experience.
If you would have taken that experience and bring it to the U.S., oh no, that would have cost a lot.
Yeah, way more.
But they're not getting paid that much. So we made sure that we tipped.
Generously.
I've never, and I know it's a job, right? I know it's a job that they do. I know they're in the serving and catering business, but I promise you, I've never been anywhere. And have been treated
that great of service, right?
I've never been treated
like that. It was crazy. Everybody.
It felt a little weird. Because, you used to used to people here.
Yeah.
You used to people here in America who don't appreciate.
Being rude.
Who don't appreciate anything.
Yeah. Entitled.
So, yeah. Even when you pay them for a service, you know, it's just not the same. But I've never been treated like that.
Yeah.
Definitely going back.
A1.
Definitely going back. Because that was really nice.
Yeah.
What
Even
else?
the rooms.
Oh,
we had
such a vibe. Man.
We had a tub.
It was
a standalone tub, and then we had the stand-up shower with sitting room in it, and it had 2 heads.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah. It was just very nice and spa-like.
Yeah. And we got a fridge full of beverages and snacks.
Yes, that I could eat.
Look, cane sugar drinks, not high fructose.
Yeah, that's another thing, y'all. I don't know what America is doing.
Trying to kill us.
But their food and their drinks, everything tastes so different. Like,
it's cane sugar.
What in the world?
It's not high fructose.
It's like, it just was so different. I can't even explain it. Something, the average thing you would eat here, I don't know.
Look, the Oreos in our room.
Yeah, I'm just thinking of something just normal that you would eat here in the U.S. is 20 times sweeter in the U.S. than it is over there. Yeah. Like, everything was just so, it was sweetened normally. And it was like, this tastes like, this is how it's supposed to taste. Like, even like when we had like desserts, it was not super sweet.
No.
Everything just tastes healthier and natural.
Delicious.
Their fruit juices, even their fruit that they cut.
The agua fresca.
Their fruit that they cut was just so different. I don't know. But it was truly just amazing. Yeah. It was a vibe. What do? We did like a boat ride.
Excursion.
Which I wasn't a fan of that.
Why?
Because some people was getting on my nerves.
Really?
Yeah.
The food was kind of gross.
Yeah.
On the boat.
Well, let's make this known that our excursion had nothing to do with our resort. Like, that was a whole different company. It was just like a kind of like a vendor type thing.
Yeah.
No, it was, to me, trash.
Really?
To me.
The food was trash, but I thought the experience was great.
Nah.
Like, being able to ride, because so we got on the boat and we rode from Cancun, where we were at,
to another island,
to Isla Mujeres. Yeah. And I thought it was a great boat ride, but halfway through we got out and they allowed us to do snorkeling. We were supposed to do snorkeling, but we just stayed in the boat. Yeah,
I've already snorkeled.
Yeah, we snorkeled in Turks and Caicos.
I was looking forward to the paddle boarding, and that was janky because we didn't do it.
You're funny.
They were like, "Oh, just go in the back of the boat."
Yeah, they cheated us on that one.
I didn't pay for that. Yeah. And then, like, when I went down to the bottom to use the bathroom, it just was nasty.
Yes.
It smelled like I'm not even being funny. The boat bathroom and just down there was like gas station. I said, I am not going to that bathroom. I will wait until I get off this boat.
But also take into account that it was nothing but men who worked on the boat. So they were using the women bathroom and the men bathroom.
I don't care. That's nasty.
Yeah, it was pretty gross. They should have cleaned it.
And then we paid it was like $100.
$100 a piece, I think.
Yeah, so that was trash. But other than that, that didn't dictate the whole trip. Because once we got off the boat, we went to this little island. Best quesadillas I ever had in my entire life. Probably won't have none as good as that.
Muy delicioso.
Until I go back. But I had like some quesadillas. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Jesus. I was like, good. This is their cuisine. This is how you eat a quesadilla. This is how you make it. It was
I
great.
stupidly got a burger. Shouldn't have done that.
You know what? I don't understand.
Shouldn't have got
what's
that.
wrong with people.
Why would you go to a foreign country and get a burger?
Exactly. I'm not going anywhere like that and getting.
I don't know why I did that. Because I was like, this is something that I know, but it's not like I haven't been to. I've been to Mexico before, and I love Mexican cuisine. So I don't know why I got a burger.
And then her mom's friend got some wings. I said, "Are you serious? You mean to tell me we in Mexico? You got some chicken wings with barbecue sauce? No." Let me taste horrible. The way that's Americans for you anyway.
Yeah.
But no, them quesadillas was good. So good. But yeah, again, like even on that island that like had nothing to do with where we stayed, those people were just really kind and nice. Polite. Like
they gave us some deals on the souvenirs and the t-shirts and stuff.
I had a guy. First of all, I thought he was just some random guy, but this guy, he was very sweet. I was in the little souvenir store, looking around.
Yeah.
He got a basket for me and was holding the basket. I don't even know if I told you.
Oh, so that's what took you so long.
Shut up. So he was holding the basket and everything that I was picking up, he was like, you want this? You want, is this what you want? He put it in the basket for me. He followed me around the whole store. He was like helping me with like prices and like literally like, just I don't know, it was weird, but he was following me. He did work there. I found that out. He did work there.
Okay.
But he was just so sweet and so kind, and he just helped me the entire time. And I think I had picked up a shirt. I was like, "Does this color look nice or this one?" He was like, "I like that one." So he was really nice, and then I checked out, and then I made sure I tipped him. Right?
Oh, really?
Yeah, I tipped him. I mean, because you don't know people's situation. You don't know. Their lives. He didn't have to do that. I could have just picked up some shirts and some keychains and kept it moving.
Did you add him on Instagram?
No, I did not.
Oh, okay.
Wow. Anyway, I didn't go there. I didn't go there for that.
Mi amor.
Okay. But the people, I will say, top tier.
Yeah. Very friendly. I mean, from the ride, from the airport to the ride everybody. Back to the other airport. I just leaving. Feel like
everyone in that culture that we met, they were definitely all about living and surviving and having a good life. Because a lot of them talked about that. They talked about why they work, who they work for their families, for a better life. Like that was just literally like what you could feel. Even if they didn't say it, you can feel that that's what they were doing. So, go ahead.
The day we left. Tell them about that.
So we had a great trip.
Yes, amazing. We forgot all about the current events that happened previously.
I will say that our whole trip definitely, we will never forget that, but it definitely did not ruin or drown out the fun that we had. So we were there for, how long were we the whole trip?
I think 4 or 5 days.
4 or 5 days. So boom, last day. We had to get up really early. I think we had to get up at like 3 or 4, but we got our shuttle, and it was maybe like 5, 6 a.m. Really great. He was a good, cool guy, older gentleman, but we're just driving. Now, before I get into what happened, I'm sitting in the back, because, they always put the short people in the back. So I'm sitting in the back, and I'm just driving, and I look out the window. And I'm telling you, it's like wee hours of the morning, and it's like the whole town was working. But I was just like baffled. Like
it was so much traffic.
It was so many people. I said, it is like 4 a.m. Why are they up? Yeah, I could see like where they lived, and it wasn't nice. It was like shabby. And my heart was just like, wow, Lord, I thank you for what I have. I thank you for, like I said, you learn to appreciate where you are. But no, I'm looking and not trying to be nosy, but you can clearly see in their house and stuff, people up brushing their teeth, on a balcony, getting their kids ready. People opening up fruit stands and you know, whatever shops they had. I'm telling you, it was like 4 a.m, and they were out there working. So grinding. When they say in countries like that, they're working from sun up to sundown. Yeah. It is real life, and they're not making a lot of money. And then like when we will drive, like, you know how like here we got like bus stops. No, it was people sitting on a wall. Yeah, I'm talking like more than 20, 30 people.
They didn't have bus stops. They had like little vans.
Yes, and it was like they were just all sitting there waiting to be picked up for work. And I'm like, it is not even 5 a.m. Right? So I was just like taking that in. And then like you see people walking at 4 a.m. with their babies on their backs. I don't know. I was just in awe. But anyway, so we're driving, and we were driving for a little minute. And it was actually right before we got to the airport. It wasn't even like a big intersection. It was just like when you're driving, you got the person on your left. They need to turn to go to another street, and they have to cross you. But it wasn't like an intersection. That's the stupid part about what I'm about to say. It wasn't a big intersection. No. And when you drive like that, you have to make sure you have timing. You cannot pull out and go down the next street until everyone is passing you. So as we're driving, our van is like a big white van. There's a little black car. Maybe it was a four-seater. It was really.
I think it might have been like a Honda Civic
or like
something.
2-door, something like that.
Yeah.
And mind you, it's pitch black because it's in the morning. And this little black car is in front of us. Now on our left, there is another big white van.
No, it was like a gray or a black Mercedes Sprinter van.
Oh, yeah. So but it was pretty much the same size as what we were in. You could tell it was like a shuttle type thing. So they're on the left trying to make a left turn, and we're going straight. Timing way off.
Yes.
Not paying attention. So as they turn, the little car in front of us, I mean, it smacked them. Like, it pretty much made the car like go in a circle.
Yes. Looked like something out of a movie.
Yeah, it happened so quickly.
Like something off of Fast and Furious.
Yes, that accident happened right in front of us.
Yes, right in front. Like we were right behind them, and then the Sprinter van tried to turn in front of all of us really quickly and smacked right into this black little car.
And that little car started swirling, and then that big van started swirling, and then our driver hit the brake so hard, and then we got smacked in the back.
Yeah, we got rear-ended.
When I tell you, nothing but the grace of God and the blood of Jesus Christ.
Yes.
Because if that would have went any other way, in that moment, we had a 6 a.m. flight. We would have been in a Mexican hospital, not knowing when we would get home, not knowing like anything could have happened. We could have been seriously hurt, injured. Like, we're not from there.
Exactly.
You know, but so we had to stop. The man got out, and they do stuff different, y'all. I'm not trying to be funny. They do stuff different. I ain't see no cop called. I ain't see no insurance come out. Like, they was just like.
Well, for the major accident, because that black car, it pretty much almost got ripped into two. Yeah. And they had somebody in the back seat who was laid out. Like, they had to pull him out of the car. He was like laid out. I think he broke his leg or something. But they were like rubbing on his chest because he was like really in pain. And I think he broke his leg. But it was only 4 of them in the car. But it was just. It was surreal. It was weird. Yeah.
And so here we are again. Like, okay, God, what's happening? Yeah. Like,
we start pleading the blood of Jesus.
Yeah, because it's like we came in this trip. It's like everything was trying to get in the way of us having fun and having a good time. Like on this trip, I'm a firm believer that if we weren't meant to go, then I would not have went. When it comes to me and understanding that. If God says I can't do something, I am not going to do it. I'm not going to keep pressing to go do something I know I'm not supposed to do. But it wasn't like that. Like, it wasn't like a hard thing to go on this trip. So I was like, okay, we're supposed to be there. But it's just like everything kept coming up to make it bad for us. Yeah.
But it was nothing in the middle. It was only the beginning and leaving.
And the end. So we definitely could have lost our lives. But God spared us, and it was just His grace and mercy. Because I'm telling you, I was so tore up. I was like, I'm ready to go. I had to call had to call the U.S. I'm like, listen, this just happened. I'm just telling you, you know, we good though, but just in case, this is where I am, because you just don't know.
Yeah, definitely a little like shaken up.
Oh yeah, I was so ready to come home. I had never been so ready to come home in my life. But I was so ready to come home. So we finally get to the airport, and we actually got dropped off in the at the wrong terminal, and it was like, oh no, this one's going to Mexico City,
Yep. So we had to pay $50 to get on another taxi to get to the other side of the airport.
Literally, not even 5 minutes.
Not even 5 minutes.
I said, you know what? I don't even care how much it costs.
Get me home.
To go home.
Exactly. ASAP.
So we end up doing that, and praise God, we end up getting home. And I felt to be able to touch down in the U.S. where you're from.
Good old Virginia. I
said, okay, praise God.
Yes.
It was a great time, though.
Yes.
I'm not going to take anything away from it. I can't even say, I'm going to say learning experiences. You just appreciate life. You just need to appreciate life. Yeah. That's what I took from it. You know, always give thanks to God for everything. Pray for his peace and protection because it's important, because you just never know.
Yeah. You know, Mr. Fawn says something. That was my mom's best friend that went with us. She said something so profound when we were on the bus or the Sprinter van after the accident. She said, all this stuff didn't happen for no reason. Yeah. She said, y'all need to get on your face and pray and find out why God allowed this stuff to happen. Because she wasn't with us when the lady died on the plane. She was with us for the accident, but it was just too much stuff happening. And it was almost like a wake-up call. Hey, you're not going to be here forever. Hey, like God telling us, y'all need to be on your P's and Q's. Don't forget. You know, don't forget about me. Don't forget of what I'm doing in your life. Don't forget of the grace and the mercy that I have placed on you.
Thank you,
You
Lord.
know, so it was a wake up call for us, definitely, and just helped us to see, you know, life is short, and to just appreciate and be grateful for, you know, the blessings,
and
the favor, and life in general. Yes.
It could have just been that you don't, maybe, I'm not saying I can't speak for anybody else, but maybe I wasn't as grateful. You know, maybe I didn't just tell God, thank you for the simple things, you know, or honestly going there and seeing it. What if I just needed to go see how those people live to be grateful? You know,
grateful.
Look at her. She was. Oh, okay. So this on season 2, you're gonna be singing.
Well,
she actually can sing very well.
We'll see.
That's funny. Yeah. That is so funny. But yeah, other than that, the trip was amazing.
Yes.
I will say 2023, like, I'm so excited.
I'm excited too.
There's so many new things.
A fresh start
going on. A lot of lessons that I truly am learning and situations that I am truly coming out of.
Yes.
And I'm really looking forward to it. Got more trips we planning. Okay.
Look, got some weddings that may be happening.
I hope, Lord.
Jesus.
Or at least an engagement.
Yes.
Can I get an engagement?
Pray for me, y'all.
That's
all I'm gonna say.
Amen.
Jesus.
But yeah, we got a lot of things happening. We just need to be consistent.
Look, some missions trips.
Yeah, I'm excited. She need to go to sleep.
Yeah, look, we gonna wrap this episode up.
But all in all, we just want to say thank you for our supporters that we have.
Yes.
And for the ones that have been asking me, where are y'all at? What are y'all doing?
Yes.
I've been looking and I don't get no notification that there's a new episode. So
thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you so much.
Yes, just be patient with us.
But yeah, guys, this is episode 12 of We Got Something to Say. Thank you for listening. Hope you'll tune in next time to our new episode. And yeah, Brittany and Michaela out.
See ya.